Hi, today's a very special one because it's not about just an exceptional producer, but today I want to introduce you a great friend. He's also a great husband, a great dad, overall an amazing human being. You know, Sergio's been with us for 1 year at Prosperity Real Estate and Associates. Between his closed transactions and pending deals, he's going to be at 20 closed transactions. It's 8 million in closed sale volume. Sergio, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm Sergio Aguiar, and I've been in real estate for about a little bit less than a year. This September turns a year, and been working with Prosperity Real Estate and Associates for a year now. Love the company, love the atmosphere, the energy, and the team that I'm with. I really appreciate you guys. Reflecting back to how much production we've done, and with your help and with my ambition and your motivation, it's a really big accomplishment for me.
Sergio, you've been with us for 1 year, but you didn't just close 20 transactions. You also bought your house.
Correct. So one of the biggest milestones in my life was my first purchase of my first property.
Yeah.
With your help, Favi's help, we were able to accomplish the first purchase of my home and rehab the property because it was a fixer-upper. Mm-hmm. So we rehabbed the property, bought it for an amazing price, and made it my home.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, and all this happened within a year, just within a year. It's so much change, so much growth. It's amazing.
That's true. I mean, they say people underestimate how much they can do in a year and overestimate how much they can do in a week. And just to see the amount of growth and everything that you have reached within 1 year, it's really exciting. You know, so we're very, very proud that we've been able to be a part of that growth. And I think that would take us to, I know we were talking about the other days, what does your daily routine look like as well? I mean, why don't you share with us? There's a lot of agents that are seasoned, that have been in this industry for a long time, and they've never been able to reach the amount of success that you have already reached in 1 year, right? So why don't you share with us, what does your daily routine look like?
Yeah, the number one thing that got stuck to me and it just engraved was a comment that Jorge told me when I first came into the real estate. Just when I first came into the market, he said, in real estate, there's a lot of distractions. There's people that are going to pull your attention towards different directions. So you need to have these blinders on, like a racehorse, have these blinders off and just stick to your goal and don't look any other direction until you hit your goal. And that stuck to me throughout this whole year, just making sure that, I have a mission in mind and we don't stop till we hit that mission. And that's helped me a lot. Because I have ran into a lot of distractions for real estate, drama and just different things which aren't even involved in our company, but just get your attention and suck your energy out. And that's one of the obstacles that I was able to overcome because of your guidance. So I really, really appreciate that. But so that's one thing that I do, Favi. It's making sure that I stick to what I have in mind, to my goal, to my mission, and I make sure I accomplish it, stick with it.
So what I heard you mention in there is the importance of a great mentor, right?
Yes.
And he is an exceptional mentor. And I also did like the fact that you were talking about having blinders. I mean, this year has definitely been an interesting year, right? There has been so many changes, so much uncertainty. So for you to be able to reach the goal that you have already reached, it's amazing.
You came from a non-existing agent, because if I remember well, you were in the gym industry.
Correct.
You came from a non-existing agent to generate 20 transactions that, to be honest, I don't see this, not even with agents that have been in the business for 20 years. So what you've done is impressive. And look at, we're here with 20 transactions, $8 million in closed sales, and you bought your own property, right?
In 1 year.
And this is just the beginning. So what's next?
It's honestly restructuring myself to what I'm doing now and just taking it to that next level. It's with the experience that I have now, with the teamwork effort we have here, with my faith and your belief in me, I could easily say that in 1 year we should be able to do over 100 transactions. Like starting September when my year expires, I'm gonna renew it right away. We'll renew it and it's just hit that mark of 100 transactions, because the goal was hitting 70 transactions this year.
Yeah.
You know, that was our initial goal that we committed to.
Awesome.
And when you, with the self-discipline that you have been exercising, like you said, with those blinders and being able to say, this is the goal that I'm going to hit, I mean, no doubt that you'll be able to reach or even excel your goals. Now, if you were talking to a new agent, or if you were talking to somebody that's watching this video and saying, man, what can I do to be able to do at least half of what Sergio is doing, or how do I begin? What advice would you give them?
It's look for somebody that you want to be like, somebody that you look up to in a sense, you know, and somebody that you admire, and start asking questions, you know, surround yourself around them, spend time with them, you know, and ask for help. Ask for help, because that was one of my biggest things, where I wouldn't ask for help. I thought I knew it all. I thought, you know, I had what it took, which we do, but we need to be guided through the process because we're new to it, you know?
Absolutely. And you're a very coachable person.
Yes.
That's what made the big difference, Sergio, because you listened. I remember that one conversation you and I had. So give me 100% of you and you'll have 150% from me. And I know you took that to the heart because I felt it. And this is the reason why you generated the amount of transactions that you generated. What would you do different if you had the opportunity to go back and do something different?
Find you sooner. It's find you a lot earlier, even before I had my license, and start training and practicing role playing. But you know, it's for sure. It's find that person that you're looking up to and hold their hand. You know, hold on to them. Don't let go.
And then I would like to know, have there been any limiting beliefs that you struggled with that you had to overcome?
Great.
And if you don't mind sharing, what were those limiting beliefs?
Yes, man, that's a good one. That's a great question. Yes, you know, we get blinded by these images of people, you know, as far as what they are, what we think they are. You know, I had this image of real estate being so difficult, so hard, you know, even to get my license, I had this image that, hey, you know, maybe I'm not qualified to be a real estate agent. That's literally one of the beliefs I had. And I just, because I had this image of being a real estate agent, having to wear my suit every day, having to have money, having to come in with money, and that's not true. You know, all it takes is relentless work ethic, you know, discipline, and just a can-do attitude. And literally within a year, you'll make a pretty penny, I would say.
And you know what, I think that, so the simple fact that you got your real estate license was like the first step in being able to say, hey, here's one accomplishment, here's one victory, you know, pat yourself in the back. What else? What's next? Right? And then just every other step started helping you to create that belief system that you could do it. Like you said, it's not as difficult as many people believe. You just have to really, really be hungry for it.
Yeah, just reach out and grab it. The goal is right there. You know, it's reachable, extremely reachable, and it's simple. It's not easy. For sure it's not easy, you know, as far as with emotions and transactions, and you just go through so much your first year, you know, 1 second you're happy, the next second you're mad, and then you're happy again, and it's, you know, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. I love it. I mean, with my experience and what I've been through, I gotta say the number one thing that I love about real estate, it's being able to leverage my life with work and then family, which is so important to me.
So you have the discipline, you have the commitment, definitely. You know, you've been learning the tools and the systems that we provide in this office. So what could you recommend to any agent out there that is struggling even to get into a good real estate company? Because here's the deal why I'm asking this question. You know, there's some agents that are considering joining teams or going solos. You know, you have the experience of just joining our company, the tools that we provide. What can you recommend to any agent that is looking for a good office or a good start?
That's a great question you asked. Now, my thing is, when I was when I was there, right, and asking those questions, where should I join, where should I go, or you know, where should I sign up at? The number one thing that I thought about throughout this whole process, because before coming here, I interviewed with a minimum of 20 other firms, I've talked. I know you.
I feel very special.
I'm serious. No, it's you name it, from Arcadia down to Riverside. I interview with brokers here in Rancho too. Down the street, I interviewed with different brokers, and the number one thing I was after is what are they paying me? What am I getting back? You know, always that money. You know, but when I took the focus out of there, then the money started coming. You know, instead of focusing on the guidance, like you said, you know, the mentorship, you know, the education, that's so important, the education. When I started focusing on that, then the money came.
When you focused on the value.
Correct.
When you focused on the value versus how much am I going to make? Because 100% out of zero is still zero.
Exactly. Yeah, I was about to say that. It's something that it's really popular here in prosperity, where we say, hey, you'd rather have, say that again?
100% out of zero is still zero.
Correct.
Yeah. And I think that's actually great advice, because there's a lot of agents that are trying to find a breakthrough, trying to find what's the next step. They want something and they don't know what to ask or what to focus. And I think that's great. Focus on the value that the company or the team is going to give you in order for you to grow. However, when you're given the value, run with it, implement it.
And that's something I saw here, that because I'm a true believer that, you know, it's act as if, and I don't like management or leaders that say, do as I say, not as I do. I'm extremely turned off, and just, I get disappointed when I see that, because I'm not that type of leader. But when I came here, it was the total opposite, you know? You guys were leading by example, and that just talks so much about the company and our leaders.
Thank you.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Well, you definitely put the work, you definitely put the discipline, and you definitely putting the commitment. So I applaud you for that. Thank you so much. And man, you know, if there's anything else that you can, leave us with, what would that be? What would be one thing that you can leave us with?
It's honestly just keeping it basic and simple. It's you become the average of who you hang around with, to be honest. You know, and making sure you're around the right people to start heading towards the right direction.
Awesome. A book that you can recommend?
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Yes.
A book that's changed my life in the last 30 to 60 days that I just religiously read every night. It's The Power of Intention.
Awesome.
Yes.
And we have definitely seen that intention flourish in your life. So
yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing. And I also want to add, I'm super excited just to see, I mean, we were able to see the growth that is taking place in our year. We're excited to see the growth that will keep on taking place in your life, business-wise, personal, and we're proud to be able to be a part of it.
Yes. And I know this video is going to be out there for many months, but in today's market, I do want to point out that it's a very competitive market for buyers specifically. And Sergio, you've been putting buyers in escrow within literally 3 to 5 days.
Yeah.
In a super competitive market. So
Yes.
kudos, man. So
Yes.
Just, you know, it's taking, like you said, it's taking action and following direction. That's it. If you're given a task and explain how to do it, it's just do it. Get to it.
Knowing how to lead your clients, I've seen you have been a great example at knowing how to lead your clients, how to guide them so that they can get that offer accepted, and your communication skills are on point, even with the other agent, because a lot of times the agents think, well, you know, I'm just going to submit offers or one will fall. But it all begins from the very beginning, right? With your buyers, being able to lead them and being able to have great communication with the agents so that you can negotiate on their behalf. So I applaud you for that as well.
yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, real quick, what do you think about the presentations, the buyers' presentations and sellers' presentations that we have?
I think you're great with buyer's presentation, and Fabi's great with listings. No, your bowl's amazing, but I think the presentations in general, I mean, the buyer presentation is an easy, just super simple to understand, where it's 10-step process on what it takes for you to qualify, to buy a home, and what to expect. Because I've had, just my experience myself, I've had buyers come in and say, I didn't know that, or I didn't know this step was even included, or I didn't know I was responsible for that. And just this sets a clear expectations of what we're looking for, in a client
Yes.
and what to expect from us.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I like that.
Thank you so much, Sergio. Thank you very much for allowing us to interview you. And so if you're interested in looking an amazing, outstanding real estate professional, you know where to find them. Sergio, what's your phone number?
909-774-6274. If you guys have any questions in regards to prosperity or want any information for insight, what it feels like to be here, be part of an amazing team, text me, call me. I'll be here waiting.
We're super excited. We're grateful that you are a part of prosperity.
Yeah.
And once again, I can't reiterate enough. This is barely the beginning of what you're going to accomplish. I can definitely feel it. I know it.
Yeah.
And I always like to end this podcast with
Prosperity because you deserve it.